from the Cancer Prevention and Research Institute of Texas. That's Sandy Lima Romeo X-Ray, SLRX.
Hey guys, good morning. It's Dave Santarelli from BreakingChartAlerts.com. How's everyone doing this morning? Can everyone hear me?
Shares hitting $1.28. Now at $1.23.
Good morning, Steve. Could you guys hear me? Let's see. Alrighty, great. Nice to be back with you guys here. Things are going okay. Let's see. Market is opening now. Let's get this caught up first, and then we could talk a little bit here. Alrighty, so SPY's pulling back. Obviously, you guys heard the unemployment numbers are much worse than what is expected. What were they? It was about 853,000 unemployed versus 725,000 expected. So an extra 127,000 people filed claims on what they were expecting. That's quite a big number there. So got to keep that on the lookout here. Continued claims, 5.757 million versus 5.335 million. So that's coming down obviously over the week. So that's good. Let's take a look at SPY. We're going to look at the markets today, see if we can find any good day trade setups, possible swings. Give the markets a few minutes here.
BLIN, European Business Association, selects Orchestra CMS to power its internal and external portals. Bravo Lima, India, November. BLIN.
Let's see here. Let's see what Pfizer's doing. SPY's picking up a little bit. Let's look at Pfizer and Moderna. Pfizer's starting to pick up a bit there. She goes taking off 42.10. Moderna. Tesla got absolutely destroyed there. It's what I tell you guys about not chasing it. She was consolidating for quite a bit there. For 3 candles, you can't chase that. Let's see FedEx here. FedEx might be something I'll be adding to.
Dow Jones Industrial Average down 0.37%. S&P 500 down 0.43%. NASDAQ Composite down 0.63% after the open. ADIL Pharmaceuticals to acquire Pernodate, developer of potential therapies for non-opioid pain reduction. That's Alpha Delta India Lima.
Good morning, Paula. All right, let's see here. I might get into some SPY puts here. I think we're going to continue to see the market pull back a little bit here. SPY, I'm going to get some SPY puts for next week's expo. Let's see, December 18th. 364s are going for about 473. Alrighty, guys, I just got executed at 460 a contract. Let me share with you the trade here.
EGHT 8x8 Echo Golf Hotel Tango. Shares spiking to the highs, $24.95 of $3.51. Company announcing a new CEO and reaffirmed its guidance. That was earlier this morning. About an hour ago, shares now $25.09, up almost 18% for EGHT.
Alrighty, guys, I just got into that SPY put. Picked up this SPY December 18th 364 strike put. We are in at $4.60 a contract. Looking for a quick 15 to 25% gain on that hedge. Here comes SPY pulling back again. See what she does today. Markets are continuing to pull back a bit. CQs. Salesforce is in the green today. Airlines are in the green. Delta's probably going to pick up there a little bit. Just watching the markets here. See BP's up about 1.1%. Q's and SPY getting up to that 10 now. Just going to be a waiting game today, watching the markets.
Shares spiking to the high, 38.75. Tango Hotel Charlie shares up about 9.5% now after the company acquires portfolio of surgery centers from Surge Center Development. That's THC.
Airbnb, $68 a share. That's going to be one I definitely want to pick up. I'm going to be picking up Airbnb shares once that comes out. See what DoorDash is doing. I don't think DoorDash is going to stay up there. That's got to have a pullback. SPY and Qs are rising here, guys. Let's see, Moderna. Moderna's coming back quite nicely.
Nokia announcing it's providing industrial grade 5G ready private wireless networking to the Data City Pole project in Belgium. That's Nokia. Crude at the highs now, or just off the highs now, 46.72, up about 2.5%.
See what SPY's going to do there at that 2050. Let's see. NASDAQ's only down about 0.29%, so it's quite surprising with the markets, with the unemployment numbers out, that the markets are picking up a little bit here.
Itu Biosciences, after resuming trade, hit a high of $8.64. Alpha Yankee Tango Uniform.
Qs are on the climb there, guys.
Shares up 25% after announcing the merger agreement with Neos. That's Alpha Yankee Tango Uniform, AYTU. Shares of Neos now at 78 cents, up 43%. It'll have $1.87 in the pre-market. Shares of Pfizer moving lower ahead of the FDA decision, 41.54.
Pfizer's going to be a good one to trade once the FDA makes their announcement. I'm going to be waiting for that. Thank you, Bruce. I appreciate that.
Greenwich Life Sciences back over $110 now, halted at the highs. GLSI.
Khalid said he got into Moderna 12.18. What'd you get? What strike and what price did you pay?
TGTX price increase to a street high of $70 at Evercore. TGTX, Tango Golf, Tango X-Ray.
SPY is consolidating between that 10, 20, 50 SMA right now. Let's watch, see what it does.
CLSN, Charlie Lima
Histogram, MACD's looking good there. Failing at the 20 so far. Qs are failing at the 50. See where it goes here. These unemployment numbers were horrendous. I'm surprised we're not just dropping. It's squeezing between that 10 and 50 right now on SPY. We'll see what happens here. That's why we got next week's expo. That's why it's always important to go with longer expos during choppy markets here. Don't go with weeklies. There goes SPY. John, you trading GLSI? Yes, Avilia, hold it on to SPY. Watching at this 360, 650 level. We got next week's expo anyway. Take a look at 3-month daily. Our stop on that is going to be
on December 14th. Mexico will immediately respond.
367 is going to be our stop on SPY. I'm probably going to pick up some shares of Airbnb once she has her IPO. Love, United Airlines, Delta's picking back up again. Delta's having a nice climb from their lows. Like Delta there. Moderna's starting to climb as well. Moderna's going to be turning green soon. Moderna's looking great. Did that help, John? Watching SPY, watching Moderna, watching Pfizer here, watching Google, Amazon, Qs. Yes, we have the Moderna January 15th, 180 call. I might add another 5,000 to that soon. It's a nice setup there. Q's on the climb. SPY's taking off. Moderna's still running. SPY, I'm watching that 367 area. NASDAQ's almost green, which is really surprising given the unemployment numbers.
Intercept shares spiking here. India Charlie Papa Tango.
Wow, Intercept's really taken off there. Doug, I'm watching that 367 area there. If we break above 367, I'm going to be exiting those SPY puts. Let's see, what am I down on them now? Down about 25% on those.
You reported that the possible target for Gilead, that's not confirmed.
Very shocked at the open. Those unemployment numbers were horrible. NASDAQ just turned green for the day, guys. So you see how SPY got up to that 367. So far it's flattened out there. Let's see what she does.
INSG and SEGO at the highs now, $12. India November Sandy Gulf.
Moderna's looking good here. I could have another nice run today. See what Pfizer's doing. Pfizer's finally starting to climb. I should get something for this week's expo on Pfizer on these lows, to be honest with you. I think I might do that in the trade challenge account.
7.3%. India November Sandy Gulf.
I think in the trade challenge account I'm going to do a day trade on Pfizer. Let's see here. That's the trade I'm going to do on Pfizer if she breaks that 20.
AYTU, I2 Biosciences, shares hitting 1048 of 52%. Alpha Yankee Tango uniform. That's AYTU.
Alrighty, guys, I just got filled on the Pfizer trade for 85 cents. 20 contracts. That's in the trade challenge account there.
I2 shares 1059 now, and halted again on a circuit breaker. AYTU halted on a circuit breaker.
Alrighty, guys, I just posted that trade in the trade room for you guys. She's already at 90 cents. I already got a $100 gain on that trade in the trade challenge account here. Looking good. I think that's going to continue to run ahead of the FDA approval on Pfizer vaccine. Love that setup on Pfizer. Coming off the lows there. Nice breakout now. Already up $150 on it, up 8%. $170 gain. There we go, another nice breakout there on Pfizer. There we go. There's another nice breakout on Pfizer. There we go. Let's see that breakout.
NEOS, NEOS moving higher. It's 92 cents on volume. November Echo Oscar Sandy. TCS Container Store popping here. Some fall activity. January 2021, $12.5 calls. Sweep on TCS.
All right, guys, I just sold out of the Pfizer for 90. Let's see what I sold for. I had an order in for 95. It got filled at 95. That was a quick little day trade that netted us about, what, 10%, 12%? SPY put I'm holding on to. That's why we have next week's expo on SPY put, the December 18th 364.
Mnuchin says we're making a lot of progress on stimulus.
Making a lot of progress on stimulus, they're saying. Let me see if I can exit out of that SPY. Watching those SPY puts. Here was the trade we just bought and sold on SPY, or I'm sorry, Pfizer. Pfizer, we were in at 85 cents. We were out at 95. Quick 12% gain. And you see, we just took advantage of that Pfizer from about 6 minutes for that day trade. So we'll be looking for another few day trades like that. All right, let's see. SPY. If you guys see anything else breaking down, let me know. We can take a look at it. Pfizer is going to be the big one to day trade today. That's going to be an easy stock to day trade. Snow's been insane, Doug. I can't see that one doing much. I'm not a big fan of snow, Doug, so there's no way I'm going near that one. That one's way too volatile for me, unless you're selling some options. Let's see, Jason T says check out Apple. Oh. Apple's looking nice on the rebound there. Daily chart here, it's climbing off that 20. That's looking really good there. I like that setup on Apple. We have an Apple December 18th Expo, 125 call. Thinking about doing something with that. SPY pulled back to 367 there. I'm watching that chart right above this one here on Apple. Offering size 51.3 million shares at $68. 51,323,531. Multiply that by 68. It's going to be about a $3.5 billion IPO on Airbnb. That's going to be a nice payday there for that guy. He's smiling all the way to the bank. Let's see, Paul S. says silver's up, crossed a VWAP and 9 exponential moving average on a 5-minute chart. Dwayne said Tesla. Tesla's hanging out around 604. I'm watching that one above too. Finally turned green on Tesla there on that bar. Let's see. Avilio says he has an ExxonMobil call. Let's take a look at ExxonMobil daily chart here. That's looking really nice, Avilio. Coming out here, I'd be having at least a $50 target on that. Let me see. You have a February call, so yeah, at least 50. Yeah, I'd be looking at about $50 to take profit on that. SPY just pulled back below that 367 I was talking about. See what she does here. Let me get Pfizer over here. Nice, Avilia. That's a nice setup there on ExxonMobil. I like that. Bruce, the Airbnb IPO is today. They're awaiting its first trade. They're valuing Airbnb at $47 billion. They're bringing in about $3.5 billion from their shares today. Their offering size. Watching SPY here, see if we're going to start breakdown momentum or if we're going to start to climb again. Tesla pulled back quite a bit there. Let's see. Zach says, what's your thoughts on Oracle ORCL? Pretty flat today. 3-month daily. Not looking bad there, Zach. So on this chart here of Oracle, if you wanted to jump into a trade, I'd be looking for a target number 1 of about 60.50 and a target number 2 of around 62.50. So not too bad there on Oracle. Your stop is going to be very simple. You see how you've been breaking out, retracing down to that 10, starting its breakout now again. So your stop is going to be right at about $59. So you have a tight stop, target number 1 of around 60.50 and a target number 2 of around 62.50, depending on how far you want to go out with your expiration date. Yeah, it hasn't been doing too much there. Just trading in a range between 55 and about 62. But going forward, if you want a longer-term expo on Oracle, maybe like the June expiration of 2021, I think that'd be a good setup on Oracle. Not a problem, Zach. SPY is on the climb. She breaks this resistance here. I'll exit out of those SPY puts. Okay, guys, I just exited out of those SPY puts at $3.06. See what Pfizer's doing. Maybe we could do another day trade on that shortly here. That one's going to be a good mover to day trade. Apple's having a nice move higher. Apple Trade's doing good today. Picking back up a little bit. If we break above 42 on Pfizer, I'm going to be jumping back in Pfizer again. Qs are breaking out again here, guys. Nice breakout on Qs. Apple's having a nice breakout, guys. Take a look at Apple quick. Apple's still breaking higher, near 123. Let's see. Dwayne says net looks good. NET. Net's having a nice breakout there. I like that 3-month daily there, Dwayne. That's a nice setup. Let's see. Stefan says, is anyone riding edit? Wow, what a breakout there. What's the news on that one, Stefan? Let's see. Net looked good. Let's see, Pfizer. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to jump into another Pfizer trade for 96 cents. Same type of trade. I just made that. I'm in it at 95 cents I got filled for. I got filled on this trade for 95 cents. Another same exact Pfizer trade as before. I want to look for that breakout above 42. And then we'll be waiting for that FDA announcement that their vaccine is going to be... There we go. There goes Pfizer, guys. Big breakout on Pfizer. There's got to be some type of news out. That's a big pop right there on Pfizer. Paula, you always do good trading Adobe. That's your baby. Waiting for Airbnb. I might buy 1,000 shares of that one. Look for a quick 50% gain on those shares. If that Pfizer gets approved by the FDA, I'm telling you, you're going to see some pretty big candles on that one. Anyone know what time the FDA is going to be making their announcement today? They weren't too clear on the details about it. Got a 4% gain on that Pfizer trade now.
Virus using molecular assays, we do see indication of higher rates of infection among older children, among adolescents, particularly then as we move into kind of older teenagers and people in their young 20s. Much of this may have been driven in part by outbreaks in the fall among institutes of higher education. But the broader impacts in children perhaps are not entirely clear until the full resumption of normal activities ensues in the United States, including in-person education across all schools in the United States. So we'll continue to monitor it closely, but thus far the indication is the highest rates of illness, severe illness in young children, but higher rates of infection in older children.
Dr. Rubin.
That's pretty cool how they're having that Zoom meeting here about the Pfizer vaccine.
Thanks, Dr. Hall. I was interested in the multiplier that you described. That applies to the diagnosis of infection. Do you think that applies to deaths as well?
Yeah, so we have used at CDC the same multiplier model previously for tracking influenza and generating in-season estimates of the disease burden. And that same approach has been used previously to estimate death in the same manner that I presented today for hospitals.
SPY's getting a bit of a climb there. Qs are looking good. NASDAQ and SPY are now in the green, which is absolutely mind-boggling to me, given the unemployment numbers this morning. I think they're really hoping on that stimulus and on this Pfizer vaccine being passed.
The pandemic itself have greatly changed those multipliers. And so there's also a considerable time component that needs to be factored in when using these multiplier models. So the underreporting of deaths, for example, has changed over time. And the attribution of deaths to COVID-19 has changed over time, which complicates interpretation. But we do have several efforts underway using these models and other approaches to generate estimates of death. And we do feel, as with hospitalizations and illnesses, that the reported number of deaths is likely an underestimate of the true number of deaths.
Thank you. Dr. Gans, we're going to go over a little bit. Please keep your questions short.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that, and I agree, heroic effort to all of the people who are working on this. I have two quick questions. The data concerning the immunocompromised or immunosuppressed individuals is not really granular enough to make it something that we can use in terms of how we're thinking about high-risk populations.
I agree with you, John.
Looking at this, but it would be nice if there was some national information
There we go. There goes Pfizer again. Guys, Apple's taking off nicely.
I didn't see any information from pregnant women, which is the population which we're all concerned about, and we definitely see postnatal transmission to very young infants who end up being hospitalized if you need to pick those up.
Yeah, thank you for those comments. Absolutely, there are numerous surveillance efforts currently underway to assess the impact of COVID-19 on pregnant women. In the interest of time, unfortunately today I didn't have a chance to present those, but through COVIDNet, as described today, as well as another surveillance system called SetNet, which was established during the Zika epidemic. We have been very closely monitoring the impacts of COVID-19 in both pregnant women and subsequently following up with their infants. Thankfully, the rates overall have been relatively low thus far, but as we continue to accumulate a critical mass of data in this demographic, we indeed do hope to have more specific estimates of the risks that are posed to pregnant women and their infants. The early indication is that there may be higher risk of preterm delivery among pregnant women infected with COVID-19 relative to women without COVID-19. But there's ongoing efforts to assess those and other potential pregnancy-related risks.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hall. And it's now time for our morning break. We've eaten into the time a little bit, but I do want to start again at 10:30 Eastern, so we can hear from Dr. Messonnier from CDC. See you later.
They're taking a break, I guess. Okay, let's see. RKT. Tyler, Rocket's looking nice there. Nice 1020 cross. The MACD's cross. That's looking good. If you're day trading it, I'd be trading it up to about 2140. I like that though long term. Long term, that's looking really nice. Apple is rocketing higher here as well. Take a look at Apple, guys. Apple is looking really good. I should be adding to that Apple trade. We're up almost $200 on our Apple trade today. What'd you buy 45 shares of, Tyler? Rocket? Nice. A swing up to 25. Let's see, RKT. I could see that getting back up there. Probably going to take until about February to do it, but I could see that breaking 25 by February. Once this pandemic's under control, you know, there'll be a lot more people buying. Jobs will be better. Bruce, I did not get into any puts yesterday. Yesterday, I did not do any trading. I was at the hospital all day with my mother. They ended up keeping her, you know. They found a couple extra problems, so she's still there. She wants to get the heck out of there, though. She's been in there almost a week. I was thinking about changing hospitals, sending her to a different one. Rockets climbing. Markets are taking off here, guys. Wow, NASDAQ's now up 0.51%, up 64 points for the day. CVX is looking good. Avilia, you still holding on to your ExxonMobil? Look at Chevron here. Look at Chevron take off. Unbelievable run on Chevron from 90 bucks all the way up to almost 93.50. 3-month daily chart here is looking good on Chevron. I love that setup on Chevron, guys. Chevron and ExxonMobil, both looking good. Avilio, how's that ExxonMobil trade doing? Look at ExxonMobil still on the run. ExxonMobil Chevron look great for a swing trade. Dwayne, are you still holding that net? Net is still on the climb, looking good. Big breakout there. I could see that getting back up to 85 easily. BP looks good as well. Nice breakout on BP here. Let's see. 25 could be an easy target there. Square's up almost 3% today. Twitter's still on the climb. Twitter's looking good. Looking for a good day trade here. Might do a day trade on Amazon if we start to break out again. Let's see. Stefan says, can NBR break the psychological 74.50? NBR. NBR's looking good. That's a perfect example of breakout momentum. Breaking out, coming down to that 10, breaking out, retracement back down to that 10. Another breakout there. Beautiful chart set up there on NBR. I'd have a target of that of about $100 a share within the next 2 months. Market's not doing much. SPY's just pretty flat now. If you look at it today, 1 minute chart, been flat pretty much since about 9:50 this morning. Just trading between 366.75 and about 367.55. So really a tight range there from about 9:50 till now. Waiting for that next catalyst. Dwight says, what do I do to avoid chop in the market? Dwight, that's a great question. Yesterday, I saw the markets were pulling back, not doing too much. I stayed away from the markets. When you see choppiness in the markets, for me, that's the best time to day trade. You could find really good swings in the market you could take advantage of, just like the Pfizer this morning. You know, the SPY put, we closed for loss. We could have held on to that. That was next week's expo there. That was a hedge against our longs. But Pfizer, perfect example, day trade. You know, this week's expo. When you see that choppiness, take advantage of that choppiness and do some day trading. You know, do some day trading then, and then when you see you're climbing off of that support on a daily chart here, then that's when you want to jump in and get those swing trades. But when you're seeing choppiness in the market, that's just a clear sign to just stay away from those swing trades. Look for some day trade setups, be patient, disciplined, and look for that breakout momentum or breakdown momentum cycles. Let's see, Tyler says Pinterest. That's all flattened out pretty much for a bit. Starting to look good though on Pinterest. 3-month daily, it's flat. You know, I don't like trading when you're seeing candles side by side like this. So Dwight, that's a perfect example. So on an example like this on Pinterest, what I'd be looking for a swing trade is I'd be looking for a make or break above or below this area here. This is your consolidation area. So for me, I'd be looking for either a green candle above this. That right there would be my buy signal. Okay, a red candle below this consolidation box. That would be my put signal. So that's what you're looking for when the markets are choppy. When you see those big candles, but they're not doing much, they're just up, down, take advantage and do some day trading. When you're looking at a daily chart here, you see how this is a daily, this is a 3-month daily chart here. That's when you're looking at that consolidation. Candles are side by side there. You're waiting for that clear breakout or breakdown before you're going to enter into that trade. SPY's pulling back a bit here, guys. SPY's got its first candle below the 10-20-50 SMA. She's in breakdown momentum now. That's why I was talking about that 367 before. Should have held on to those SPY puts a little bit longer. But we'll see some choppiness today. Apple's still running and looking good. Pfizer Trade's down about 5% right now. Big candle there on MDB. What's the candle for there, Stefan? Booking CEOs on right now. Look at the look at Booking and Expedia, EXPE. Expedia's up over 2% today. That's what's crazy about this market. Expedia's at new highs, almost just about at new highs. Booking, BKNG, another nice climb there on Booking. Look at how crazy this is. So you see the candle there. It's showing it's a green candle. It's at the highs of the day, but E-Trade showing it down $1.11 today. Still awaiting Airbnb IPO as well. Look at how screwed up this E-Trade is. It's telling me here that Booking is up $1.70. It's really up 20 bucks today. Crazy how they could give you all this false information. It's horrible, Doug. You know, like when you're trading a lot, you know, larger account here, it's insane. Look at Booking taking off there. Wow, what a climb on Booking. Up 31 points now for the day. SPY's finally starting to pick up. Qs are taking off. Google's looking good here. Was thinking about doing some type of day trade on one of these. Amazon's looking pretty good there. There goes Tesla. Tesla's finally starting to break out. Getting up to 610. Pfizer Trade down 9%, 8% on Pfizer. Pfizer will get some big candles once we hear something from the FDA. Qs are looking great. Thinking about doing a day trade on that for a quick few minutes, but again, just pretty choppy. Breakout, consolidating back down to support right around 302. Breaking out again, tight though, 302, 303. Nothing really to day trade there with consistency. Apple is still breaking higher. We're up 220 bucks on our Apple trade today. Look at that breakout on Apple. Near 123.50. And again, we have the 125 strike call on Apple. You guys know their new what is it? The iPhone 12 Max Pro. I tried to pick one up because mine's like shot. So I tried picking one up. They are sold out of them for Verizon, AT&T. Doug, I think that was probably before you joined us. We got into an Apple December 18th 125 call. That's not a bad one to get into now if you're not in it. Apple's looking pretty strong there, looking good. Markets are turning green nicely here, guys. Avilia, you got into another Apple trade? Oh, nice. Nice. Thinking about adding to my Apple trade, but December 18th, that's next week's expo. You know, do I really want to hold off on that? Watching SPY still break higher. Pfizer said there was no COVID-19 related deaths in study. It's good news. Shopify is the poster child of new e-commerce. Wow, Shopify is rocketing higher again. That's a nice setup on Shopify. Amazon's having a nice climb there. There goes Tesla breaking out. 613. I was thinking about doing a Shopify trade, guys. But most of you aren't going to be able to afford that, I think. So I was thinking about either doing a regular call or a vertical spread. I was thinking about going with the January 15th Expo and picking up that 1070. Could even pick up that 1100. Cost about 5,000 bucks. But I do love that setup. Pfizer's coming back there. I want to do a Pfizer, or not a Pfizer trade, a Shopify trade here. I'm going to write that down here. Probably the afternoon I'll pick that up if the markets continue. Pfizer's looking pretty good there, Doug. Getting a nice climb. I think that's going to be a nice trade setup for tomorrow. Once the dust settles, the news settles. I'm watching Apple still climbing. Apple's looking great. 123.50. John Fahili says Starbucks looks interesting. Let's take a look at Starbucks. Flat today. Starting to pull back right now. 3-month daily looking ready for another big breakout. Nice job of Vilio. Up $450 on ExxonMobil. What's going to be your target on that, Avilio? You gonna look for that 46.50, or are you gonna go for that $50? Nice, that'll be a good range. PBR, Petrobras Brazil's up 8% today. PBR. Look at that big climb on Petrobras there. Look at how beautiful that's been following the trade plan too. Breakout momentum consolidation, breakout consolidation, breakout consolidating back to the 10. Another breakout consolidated back down to that 10. Now it's starting that breakout again. This is one that's a nice like overnight type of trade. You're seeing that first breakout. So she's likely going to have another green candle tomorrow. That's something I like to do a little overnight trade on. That one could be an easy $15 target by January, February. Let's see, what else have we got going on here? EWZ, CVX. Chevron's looking great too. Wow, Airbnb indication at $150 a share it's going to open. Unbelievable. Shares of oil companies are trading higher as oil prices climb following an attack on 2 Iraqi wells. SPY's starting to break out again here. There goes Q's climbing. There was someone the other day asking about Oxy. Remember? Was it on YouTube or was it in the trade room? Oxy's looking great. What a breakout. Up 8% for the day on Oxy. Look at that breakout momentum. That 1020 cross, the MACD cross, the green bars on the histogram above the 0 line. That would have been a beautiful entry back then if we saw that one coming. That could be an easy $30 target on Oxy. Markets are taking off here, guys. Nice climb. Apple trades up $250 for the day. Amazon's having a nice little breakout there. Google. Amazon's looking pretty good there, going for the highs of the day. Google shares are also breaking out here, looking pretty good. Google looks good for a vertical spread for next week. I was thinking about doing. Zach, congratulations on the new baby. Market looks like it's ready to trade sideways for the lunch hour here. Give it a few more minutes, see if we start that climb again. Let's see if SPY is going to break out again there. Amazon is looking great. I really wanted to jump into a trade on Amazon. It's just these markets are so damn choppy. Guys, Pfizer Trade's now in the green. Pfizer Trade is breaking out. We are in the green on Pfizer. I think we're going to start that market pullback here for the afternoon session. It's like clockwork every day. Pfizer's going to have a nice breakout. Yeah, markets are pulling back here now, guys. It's 11. I think we're just going to see that afternoon slump there until about that 2, 3 o'clock-ish area. And then I think we should start to climb again. You know, I mean, the markets are waiting for that stimulus package and the vaccine approval. So, you know, if we get those two things this week here, if we get that stimulus package passed, if we get the Pfizer vaccine distributed, used by the FDA approval, I think the markets will climb tomorrow and the rest of the afternoon here. So we'll have to see what we do in the afternoon. We'll be live again at 2 on the website, breakingchartalerts.com. Those of you that want to come join us, go to breakingchartalerts.com, sign up. We still have our Holiday 2020 promo code going for 35% off the yearly membership. You guys could take advantage of that. But right now, I think the markets are just going to trade sideways a bit. So I'm going to go see my mother at the hospital quick for lunch, take her something, and then I'll be back. If anyone needs anything, let me know. Markets are looking good. I'm very surprised with the market given the unemployment numbers out this morning, but it doesn't seem like it matters much. Shrugging it off. If anything, I might do an Amazon vertical spread this afternoon, and I definitely want to be looking at a Shopify trade this afternoon as well. You know, Shopify has been getting some really good attention lately, so I'll have that on my lookout as well. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you guys in the afternoon. Hope everyone has a great day. Stay safe, and God bless. And thank you all for everything you guys have been sending me, the messages and everything. I really appreciate that. Hopefully this will